Good morning. Today I'm heading deep into the forest to build a wilderness shelter completely from scratch using only natural materials and basic hand tools. I'm going to spend the next 3 days out here, building, cooking, and testing this shelter in real conditions. Let's see what we can create.
This spot looks perfect. Nice and flat, good drainage, plenty of building materials nearby, and I can hear a creek just down the hill for water. No dead branches hanging overhead. Safety first. This is where we'll build.
First thing I need is a good ridge pole. This will be the main support beam running the length of the shelter. I'm looking for something straight, about this thick, and at least 12 feet long. This pine right here is perfect.
Now I need a bunch of these side poles. They'll lean against the ridge pole to create the frame. I'm looking for relatively straight branches about this thick. I'll need probably 20 or 30 of these, so this will take a while.
Now I'll trim off all these branches to make a clean ridge pole. This will be the backbone of the whole structure, so I want it nice and straight. Perfect. This should work great.
I'll angle these at about 45 degrees, steep enough to shed rain, but not so steep we lose interior space. Starting to look like a shelter now. I'll do the same on the other side.
Here's the basic frame, nice and sturdy. This is the skeleton. Now I need to give it skin. Needs lots and lots of branches to create the walls and roof.
Some pine boughs make excellent natural shingles. They're waterproof, insulating, and there's plenty of them here. I'll need a whole lot though, probably a few hundred branches to properly.
And I'm weaving these in like natural shingles, overlapping each layer so water runs down and off, never getting inside. This is the same way people have built shelters for thousands of years.
This is the tedious part, just hours of weaving branches. But each one makes the shelter more weatherproof. You can really see the walls taking shape now.
There we go. One side done. Nice and thick, completely weatherproof. You can barely see any light through it. Now I just have to do the exact same thing 3 more times.
Same process on this side. My hands are getting pretty torn up from all these pine needles. And I'm covered in sap, but it's part of it. Just gotta keep going.
I've made good progress though. Tomorrow I'll finish the walls and work on the back end. Time to gather some firewood and get dinner started.
I'm grabbing a mix of sizes, some small stuff to get the fire started, and bigger logs to keep it going through the night. Always collect more than you think you'll need.
There we go. Got a flame. Fire is everything out here. Warmth, light, cooking, and just good company. This feels good after a long day of building.
Just some potatoes, onions, and sausage. But after a day like today, this is going to taste incredible. One of my favorite things about camping is how good simple food tastes when you're actually hungry.
Man, that's good. There's something about cooking over an open fire. It just makes everything taste better. The shelter's coming along great. Tomorrow I'll finish it up and really put it to the test.
Let me get my sleeping area set up inside. It's actually really cozy in here. All those pine boughs are blocking the wind completely. Should sleep well tonight.
I'll add a couple big logs so the fire burns through the night. Alright, time to get some sleep. Day 1 of building is done. I'm pretty tired. See you in the morning.
Good morning. Slept really well. Shelter kept me nice and warm even though it got pretty cold last night. You can see frost on the ground. Let's get a fire going and finish this shelter today.
Still got good coals from last night. Makes it easy to get the fire going again. I'll heat up some water for coffee and oatmeal, then get back to work on the shelter.
Quick breakfast this morning, oatmeal and coffee. I want to finish the shelter today and then really test it, maybe even get some rain on it if we're lucky. Let's get to work.
Much faster today. I've got the technique down now. Just filling in all the gaps and weaks.
Now I'm closing up the back end completely. This will be a solid wall. The only way in or out is through the front. That'll keep the wind and weather out really well.
Down, lie down, and makes it way more comfortable.
There we go. Feels pretty good, actually.
There it is, finished. 3 days of work, completely built from natural material.
Before I make that celebration dinner, I need to catch it first. There's a good trout stream just down the hill from camp. Let me see if I can get us some fresh fish.
This pool looks perfect, nice and deep, good current bringing food. Trout love spots like this. I'll start with a small spinner, usually works well in streams like this.
There we go. Oh, nice fish. That's a beautiful rainbow. Perfect size for dinner.
What a fighter.
To celebrate finishing the shelter, I'm making something special. Fresh trout from the creek and some bannock bread. After 3 days of hard work, this is going to taste amazing.
Perfect timing. Rain's moving in. This is the real test of whether all that thatching work paid off. Listen to that rain on the roof, and look, completely dry in here. Not a single leak. The shelter works.
This is what it's all about, sitting dry and comfortable while it pours outside. 3 days of gathering branches and weaving them together, and now I've got a home in the woods.
Pretty incredible what you can build with just natural materials and some knowledge.
So there you have it, 3 days of work, building a wilderness shelter completely from scratch using only natural materials and hand tools. It's waterproof, it's sturdy, and I could genuinely live in this for weeks if I needed to. This is real bushcraft, working with nature, using what the forest provides. Thanks for joining me on this build. Until